Well, thank you very much, Rick, and to my parliamentary colleague, Blair Boyer, the Shadow Minister for the Education, who works so hard, to Neil McGorran, the Director of Catholic Education, His Excellency, the Honourable Hugh Van Lay AC, and I'm going to ask you all to reflect on the Governor's words in the months and years ahead. Most importantly of all, the student leaders of South Australia's schools of 2020. I'd like to thank Rick for acknowledgement of country. We are on Kaurna land, and I know that everyone in this room respects the relationship the Kaurna people have with this country. It's one of the privileges of my life to be able to be Minister for Education, to share my reflections with a group of young people such as you. I want to talk briefly about service, about optimism, and about leadership today. The Governor's life is one of service, and his story, I hope, gives you the same sort of inspiration that it gives me. For the last 14 years, which, when I look at the room, I suspect is longer than almost all of you have been at school, the Governor has been in service to the people of South Australia in a vice-regal role, providing inspiration through his story of resilience, of courage, of hard work, and of service to the people of South Australia. And the people of South Australia are extraordinarily grateful to you, sir, for that life of service and for the inspiration that you provide us all every day as you continue that service to the people of South Australia. The Governor in previous years, as has been said, opens his house to our student leaders because it's very important that we give you, our student leaders, this special opportunity to reflect on what you can achieve. Service is part of that work. I'm very optimistic about the future of Australia, of South Australia, just because of the service I see every day in the young people that we encounter. I know that in your schools, there are students, some of you, who provide service every day to your communities through a whole wide range of perspectives and methods. I know a number of you would provide your time to volunteer in charity work. I know that there are people in our schools who I see who create every day opportunities for service in their communities, who design ways that they can disrupt the dominant paradigm to change the world around them, to provide more to their communities. I think that when I speak to young people in our schools, I'm often really impressed by the optimism that you bring to life. And this year, that optimism has been called on more than ever before. I think that in South Australia we have much to be grateful for, obviously. We have an outstanding public health team who have led our response to the coronavirus pandemic and put us in a position where we're able to gather at an event like this. And while it's not at Government House and we're not able to stand up and eat those sausage rolls that Rick was talking about, we are able to still have that fellowship. And you and your schools have had that opportunity throughout the year, and there are many people as close as our neighbours in Victoria who would desperately love to have this opportunity, and we hope and pray that they will in the not too distant future. So we need to be thankful for that. But I think that we also have a duty to make the most of that, to take the opportunities that we have and live our lives as well as we can and contribute as well as we can. And you, as our student leaders, have a particular role when it comes to that. John F. Kennedy is often quoted as saying that from those to whom much is given, much is expected. He was using a quote from the Gospel of Luke in saying so. From those to whom much is given, much is expected. He wasn't talking about those who have lots of money, although that may be one thing, that people who have lots of money, we expect them to use it wisely. For those to whom much is given, that means your personal attributes. Everyone in the room has been assessed by whether that's their teachers or by their student peers as having leadership potential, the capacity to give more than others in their community. To you, much has been given. You may have great intelligence, you may have a level of energy, a level of endurance, a capacity for hard work, a capacity in terms of athletic prowess, a generosity of spirit that your peers can see in you and identify you as having that leadership potential. Whatever that skill is, to you much has been given, and now much is expected of you. That may be through making use of your gifts. It may be in having a career as a researcher, a medical doctor, through being a business person, an engineer, through being a carer, through being an educator, through being somebody who finds the thing that is your pathway in life and doing that to its utmost. Finding the thing that is going to make you a successful person. By success, I mean waking up in the morning and looking forward to the day. Finding that thing that you're going to be good at and doing it to its fullest. And by doing it to its fullest, by using the gifts that have been given to you, by putting in the hard work, by putting in the effort, and by being a role model to those around you, you'll be fulfilling the writer of the Gospels' hope. You'll be fulfilling the hope that John F. Kennedy expressed, that from those to whom much is given, much is expected. South Australia is going to be a great state in the years ahead, because I know that through your endeavours and your efforts, you're going to make it great, and I can't wait to see what you achieve in the years ahead. Thanks for being here. Good luck in your exams, and have a great break over the Christmas break.